Hello there! Welcome back to my channel, where we live for nonsense commentary and overdoing the editing so that and with we, I do of course mean me, myself and I. It's fine, I don't like to sleep at night anyway. If you are a gamer like myself, you would like nothing more than to get your hands on a video game that you have been drooling over for quite some time, and then finally purchasing it in order to boot it up on your respected gaming console. But since we live in an age where we can't have nice things, the video game companies have somewhat decided to make it a gamble for the consumers whether a video game actually works properly or not. That's at least how it feels. It's almost as if the industry doesn't learn from former mistakes, and I'm left wondering, why is it so hard to release a game that works well? In the early days of video games, we have gotten some truly bad games that weren't fully playable at the release date, with issues here and there, like lackluster control settings, abysmal frame rate, and simply a terrible concept overall. The likes of E.T., Superman 64, Mortal Kombat, Mythologies Sub-Zero, and Tomb Raider The Angel of Darkness are a few examples I think of when it comes to early gaming days. But of course, I cannot forget about the weirdest, the most broken, and straight-up jaw-dropping big rigs over the road racing, to say the least. But thankfully, they have been relatively few and far between. Nowadays, though, I feel like it's a whole other story. Bad video games with terrible launch rain down upon us. I do know that it's hard to make video games, so please don't attack me for being critical over here. But as a consumer of video games myself, I do feel like I have a say when it comes to criticizing what I'm buying and playing. But by all means, kudos to the studios that manage to make video games that are play-tested and bug-free upon launch. These products really show us that these studios have it together, and that they show passion, and that they have given their discs enough caring. Broken video games are on no one's wishing list, unless you live for the chaos, and much obliged if so.
Because chaos reigns!
Me, on the other hand, and probably many others, are getting kind of fed up with it, to be frank. It's understandable that older video games couldn't get constant updates, compared to what modern games get all the time now. So the old games were indeed doomed from the start. But with the modern technology of updating video games, sometimes they can be fixed with a lot of work. Take Assassin's Creed Unity, for example. When it was released in 2014, 10 years ago, the bugs and glitches were abysmal, to say the least. The state of the video game ruined my mood for months. Think about all the facial bugs.
Open my eyes! Eyes! Ah!
Ubisoft eventually fixed a lot of it, leaving only some wonky gameplay to be enjoyed. And I mean, it's fine. It's fine all in all. Unity is still a mixed bag for me, but indeed good for them for actually giving the effort to fix the game and give us a free DLC as an apology. Although, I do have to give it to Ubisoft for constantly being shit the following years, so that gamers know to stay away. Sorry not sorry. I mean, have you seen those prices for each version of Skull and Bones and Assassin's Creed Shadows? Holy moly! In the recent memory alone, we have gotten a few big train wrecks of video game launches to sour our days dramatically, like the 2020s with Cyberpunk 2077. It breaks my heart to talk about it, since Cyberpunk is one of my favorite video games of all time. But if I have to be truthful, I have to admit it. The game did in fact have all kinds of glitches and game-breaking bugs that were horrifyingly gruesome, for both gamers' mental state and sales all in all. At first, that is, CD Projekt Red has been working their asses off to fix the game and to make the game closer to what they initially promised us. Or at least, the shareholders made them promise us. But we still can't seal the deal with Pan Am in the newest update with the romance expansion. Don't judge me, I'm lonely. Cyberpunk 2077 is amazing now, and I would even say that it's absolutely redeemed as well. I highly urge you to try it if you haven't, if the former state of the game scared you off. It's never gonna be a better time than now, since the scrumptious spy thrill expansion Phantom Liberty is out as well. In December of 2023, we got a game if you can even call it a game, the day before. This game came out with the idea that it was going to be somewhat of a The Last of Us / The Division hybrid with zombies and online play, with a bunch of features to engage the players. That was not what it ended up being. The day before is a game that looked kind of generic at first, but with promise. Sadly, it ended as a fucking dumpster fire. For Christ's sake, it collapsed the entire video game studio that created it, and the game got taken away from stores and other gaming platforms faster than you can chew and swallow a glass of water. Trust me, this game was so bad that they shut down the online servers after less than 1.5 months later. Not only that, we also have the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which had to go offline an hour after its early access launch started, because a bug automatically completed the player's game for them.
What you say? Oh, that you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say?
And since it's a live service game, it means that the game is only online play. So I suppose that it wasn't much else for the gamers to do, other than to rewatch the entirety of their favorite TV show in the meantime to get their minds off things. If these examples that I went through now weren't enough to prove the incompetence of video game launches,
Remember,
there's so many more that I haven't even mentioned. But I could, but that would fucking take forever. We got the likes of Fallout 76, Anthem, GTA the Trilogy Definitive Edition, which were not so definitive after all. The Last of Us Part 1 on PC, Batman Arkham Knight on PC,
Serious? He's gone?
No Man's Sky, which had a full revamp after the years because it was so boring. We got Final Fantasy XIV and Halo the Master Chief Collection, which had their own problems that I really don't want to get into right now. After all these fiascos in the last decade alone, why not do it properly before making and publishing video games? I just don't understand it. Developers would save millions of dollars on refunds and severe headaches if they only took a little more time to develop the game. Or at least didn't aim too high into the sky by starting an overly sized project that they realistically can't finish. This is one of the reasons why so many people don't want to pre-order games anymore. One thing I hate with modern gaming is that we do live in an age where day 1 and day 0 updates for the video games that we buy are a thing. And too many of these video games are heavily relying upon those updates. So that's a thing that has changed since 10 years ago, because then you had to wait a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. So they are quick, but that only means that they know that their games aren't fully finished. With that said, I'd like to thank you for tuning in and welcome back another time. Fare thee well for now.